What's up, y'all? It is your boy, Chris Closes Your Deal. About to jump on some live seller calls here. Let's see, just checking my deals here. By the way, for any of you who have been following along yesterday, here, let me just show y'all a screenshot because it's a freaking juicy little wire. Where'd it go? Actually, where's it at? Here we go. Let's see here. So we just got a deal funded yesterday for a property that we have been working for 6 months. Let's see here. Just want you to see this profit. So here is the wire from yesterday. Let me move it over. $223,000, 740. Boom. That's a JV deal right there. So if you guys are questioning whether you should JV with us, you should probably stop questioning that because these are the types of deals we get done. This deal, it was the JV partner was just going to simply do a cash wholesale deal. And they brought it to us and we're like, yeah, we're not going to cash wholesale that deal because there's ways we can make a lot more money. And if they cash wholesaled it, it would be a $25,000 profit, right? So we were able to essentially now the $223,000, that's not all profit, right? So that deal, about 100,000, a little over $100,000 of that is um, funding our lender who brought about 80 like $93,000 to the table to get the deal done, and of course they got to get a return on that. But still, that's still like $110,000 when it's all said and done of total profit. So we take $25,000 profit, turn it into 110 to $113,000 profit. It's a pretty good return and is worth spending a few extra months on. And so that deal got split between us and our JV partner. Our lender made some money on it. So multiple people made money on it. The seller was able to get what they wanted. They were able to get the cash they needed quickly and move on to the next thing. And we were able to get everybody paid along the way. Our agent made money. So everybody was happy along the way in this transaction. And we have multiple deals like that in our pipeline right now. We've got one listed that is listed for it's currently listed for 950. We locked it up for 660. So that's a $290,000 spread between our price and what we have it listed for. I don't think it's going to sell for 950. I think it'll probably settle out, somewhere between 875 and 900. So, take 50K off of that, and you're still looking at a 230, $240,000 deal, and then minus realtor commissions, closing costs, all that jazz. We're still talking about six-figure deal, right? Now that was one of our own deals, but all that to say is we know how to underwrite, we know how to close, we know how to do novations, we do creative. The deal that just funded yesterday, we locked that up via a contract for deed where we paid out $80,000 to the seller up front, took over the mortgage subject to, and then made payments on that mortgage. There's two mortgages and a HELOC, made those payments for about 5 or 6 months and listed the property. He vacated, we listed the property, and then brought an end buyer and just closed out the transaction. We've done wraps, we've done seller finance, we've done sub two, we've done contract for deed, we've done whatever type of structure, we've done lease options. So any structure of a deal that you've ever heard of, we've pretty much done. The only one that I can think of that we haven't done is a Morby method, which generally speaking, the reason, not that I'm opposed to doing a Morby method, but the reason we haven't done a Morby method is because every time we've reviewed a deal, like a Morby method is probably like the last resort for how to structure a deal. And there's other ways that we found to structure it to still get the deal done and across the finish line without any problems. So yeah, just hit us up. We could JV with you, get deals across the finish line, and make you more money than you would have made on your own, especially if you're just cash wholesaling. So anyway, let's get into some seller calls. I'm going to just start dialing here and just grinding it out. And for the rest of this year, I'm just grinding out seller calls. So let's get after it. Throw in the chat if you can hear this phone ringing. Hi, Amy. This is Chris. How are you? Good, good. Yeah, I was actually calling you about your property over on Turnberry. It was referred to us by one of our referral partners, and they had paired your property with us because they thought we'd be a good fit for you. Is now a bad time? Okay. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, I could see why you might feel that way. It's probably more coincidence than anything else. Generally, I'm not the guy that manages, how we get the leads, so to speak. But I know generally what they're doing is they're looking for mainly properties that fit certain criteria in areas that we tend to do business in. So it's probably more coincidental than anything else regarding your, financing stuff. But yeah, they had mentioned here in the notes that I guess you were looking to downsize the house, but kind of get more outside space. Mhm. Got it. Yeah, no, totally get that. Mhm, mhm. Yeah, totally, totally. Okay. All right. Well, the point of this call today is really just to see if the property even meets the qualifications for getting an offer as is for what we're looking for. Generally, we're usually looking for properties for one of two reasons. Either we're going to fix it and flip it, or we're going to keep it and hold it as some sort of a rental property. So by the end of this call, I'll either be able to get an approval from the underwriters and they'll give us an offer, or they'll deny us and they'll tell us exactly why. Okay. Um, oh, at all? Okay. Yeah, I gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Perfect. Well, yeah, we'll see. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, if it gets approved, some of the benefits of working with us is that, they are going to buy the home as is, so you don't have to like do anything to the house. They're not going to request repairs or anything like that. Um, they're going to cover both your closing costs and our side of the closing costs, and you're not paying any realtor commissions or anything like that. So it's pretty straightforward net number. Um, do you mind grabbing a pen and a piece of paper real quick? I'll have you jot down my contact info. And if we do get it approved, there's going to be some other info you'll want to take down as well. All right, perfect. So again, my name is Chris Deal, like deal or no deal. And the name of our company is Lazarus Property Group, spelled like Lazarus from the Bible. Nice. And then the our phone number here is 619-525-7132. All right. Okay. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, and I appreciate that. And usually it's funny because there's creative ways to kind of, still rent a property even when they're like it's yep. Yeah. Yeah, or the super creative way we did a deal one time where basically we just made the terms of the lease agreement when a tenant signed a lease agreement, it made them 0.000001% owner of the property, and they have no controlling power, and that that voids as their lease expires, and it's like, hey, they're part owner. So uh, yeah, exactly, exactly. So, um, yeah, yep, yeah, totally, totally. So, but yeah, usually we don't have to deal with that. But I guess, where are you guys considering going once you sell the property? Mhm. Yeah. Okay. All right. Got it. And Scott, I'm guessing that's your husband. Okay. Oh, no worries. Yeah. Yep. Got it. Got it. Okay. So he's a big car guy. Nice. Got it. Got it. Okay. All right. And how, oh, no worries. No worries. Yeah. I mean, how long have you guys been considering selling? Yeah. Got it. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're kind of like downsizing the house, I mean, to something that, unless you're going to go kind of out in the country, like what you're talking about, I'm sure there's probably places where you could just like rent the garage storage, but that's not like probably not the most convenient, but, yeah. Yeah. Mm, yeah. Gotcha. What kind of cars does he collect? Nice. Yeah. No, that's cool. Are the older ones more like muscle cars or okay. Okay. Yeah, nice. No, that's cool. I always feel like I grew up in the wrong era because I love all the old cars. Yeah, the old car, they just had so much more character. And like today, it's like everything looks the same and plasticky and I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some really nice newer cars, but just yeah, yeah. Yep, exactly, exactly. So, all right. Well, I guess in a perfect world, I mean, like what were you guys hoping to get for the property? Okay. Got it. Okay. Oh, yours is on the golf course? Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Got it. Okay. All right. And I mean, have you guys thought about just listing it and going on market and going through that whole process or? Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. So, is there a particular reason I mean, it was just kind of first glance, I mean, it looks like it's a, really nice house and, I mean, going on market, is obviously going to get the most eyes on it, and probably get the highest number. Yeah, got it. Got it. Okay. So it sounds like maybe speed and convenience might be more something you're looking for as opposed to, spending 3 to 6 months, having all the walkthroughs and dealing with all that. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. I gotcha. Yeah. What's he do for work from home? Oh, okay. Okay. Nice. That's cool. Awesome. All right. And you're in the legal profession? Got it. Nice. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, before we talk about the inside, I want to kind of, get some more details about, the outside of the house, starting with, kind of what, aside from, you seeing the upside and the investment side of it, what was it that really attracted you guys to buying the home? Mm, got it. Okay. All right. And there's no, is that kind of like the only one that's like that in that neighborhood? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, no, I looked at, I was like, wait a second, am I looking at something in Savannah, Georgia? Because that's, yeah. That's funny. Nice, nice. Okay. All right. Cool. Do you know, like, is there anything structurally wrong with the home at all? Mhm. Got it. Okay. Um, all right. And let's see, you said it was brick. Is it, oh, okay. So it's just painted white. Yeah, kind of look okay. Yeah, from the picture, it looked like it was like some sort of white siding, but yeah, okay, now I see it. Nice. Okay. Mhm. Got it. Okay. All right. Yeah, got it. Okay. Yeah, cosmetic dating, but like mechanically, everything's functional and works well. Yeah. hmm Yeah, no, makes sense. Okay. All right. And is there anything out back of the house that we can't see, like a pool, barn, any other structures? No, okay. No, okay. Got it. Okay. Got it. All right. Got it. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, got it. Okay, perfect. All right. And would would the hot tub be staying? Okay. All right, got it. Okay. And Let's see here. What else we got? Um, okay. Well, I guess let's talk about the inside and
Hmm.
kind of what that's like. So obviously the property was uh, built in 1988. Um, when you walk in the front door, does it pretty much look like it did in 1988?
No, no.
Okay.
If you go on Zillow, the pictures are still there.
Oh, okay.
When we bought it, and they had a cat, so we redid the floors in the basement to put in like the distressed barnwood. But other than that carpet being removed in the basement, if you look at Zillow, I mean, everything's the same.
Everything's the
It's
same. Okay.
I'm not saying it looks current.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
with what the style is today, but it's everything was new and done by a professional designer in I think believe 2016, and
Got it.
so it's all just pretty much medium brown, medium oak hardwood
Yeah.
everywhere, and then earth tone walls
Got it. So it's
minus,
all
you
accurate
know.
to today's conditions, basically.
Oh
You're saying.
yeah, and like the
Yeah.
kitchen was totally redone with custom cabinets and everything. So yeah, there's nothing in there that looks like it's from 1989 other than me and my husband. So,
Got it.
but
Okay. All
yeah,
right.
so
Is
yeah,
there an
it's
elevator? Is that an elevator?
there. Yeah, her brother did some rehab after a surgery, so they put in a elevator. It's like a three-person.
Oh, wow.
Um, yeah.
That's cool. What are like the more and more I see stuff like this, it's like the more and more I realize
Hmm.
like it's not, it's not like I don't want to diminish it, right? Because it's a luxury item, but
Oh
it's
no,
not
you
like
can
it's
do
not
whatever you
as
want. Yeah.
luxurious as a thing as like you might think. Like 20 years ago, it's like you got an elevator in your house. Holy crap, It's like, but like
No,
apparently
it's
they've
very
made them
strange.
reasonably affordable, for that purpose. Because I've seen all different types. I mean,
Yeah.
do you know what that ran?
Yeah. I don't know at all. I mean, I would guess maybe 20 to 30 grand. I just don't know.
Okay,
Our
yeah,
friend Steve owned the company that put it in, but we didn't
got
put
it.
it in. The previous owner did, so I really have
Okay,
no clue.
got it. Okay, all right. Um, all right. And did you guys buy it like fully furnished the way it is, or did you guys put all your own furniture in?
She left, like, her husband also worked at home, and he had like a hickory desk that weighed as much as a car. So she
Yeah,
left that, but no, we didn't buy it furnished. It was just,
got it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I was actually just scrolling past that picture as you mentioned it of that desk. I was like, oh, that's a nice desk.
yeah, yeah. And then she also left some not so nice things that we had to get rid of, but that's okay.
All right, all right. Um, okay, yeah, I'm just kind of perusing through here. So, were there any changes that you guys have made to the property since you've been in it?
Like I said, we did take out the cat pee carpet in the
Mhm.
basement, and then we painted the the room that I don't the room that has a bed in it upstairs that's not the primary basically. We painted in there. Um
Mm.
but that's really just it.
Got it. Is that the one with the what looks to be, well, it's not a French door, but it's like a two-panel door. Um,
Yeah, like a goes out. They
yeah,
all have that.
got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
And then there's only like if people uh, if we were let's say if we were going to remove in there today,
Mhm.
all we would do is freshen up the paint and put new carpet in the two rooms that have carpet. Um, you know that's like honestly like if we were going to rebuy it, that's
Mhm.
what we would do.
Got it. Okay. All right. So it really doesn't
Not to say we
need.
can't do it while we live there. We just haven't got around to it.
Yeah, well, and also if you're considering moving on, it's like, what's the point in spending the money, that I mean, like we sold a house not too long ago where it's like a 3,000 square foot house, and I want to say we spent like
Hmm.
12 to $14,000 putting all brand new carpet in. And literally
Oh, geez.
the day
They
after
took it out.
closing, they took it out and put all new LVP flooring in. And it was
Yeah.
like, well, that was kind of a waste.
Yeah. Give us a heads up and we just give you a credit, you know?
Yeah, well, and not only that, but but then we thought about it and we're like, okay, so we spent 12 to 14,000. They probably spent 12 to 14,000. So we're
Oh,
talking about
easily. Yeah.
25 to $30,000 of just like, effectively waste. At least 50% of it was
Hmm.
wasted. And and that's not the first time that that's happened. But that's why, they came out with this other program that we use. And quite frankly, I'll just be fully transparent here. Like, I really don't see a world where a cash offer is going to be a win-win. Um, be,
No,
and
I
here,
can't imagine at that price point, just because if you're going to spend that money, you're going to do exactly what you want.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, it's like I don't see a world where there's enough value for us to add to this property
Hmm.
to where we could turn around and, make a profit on it.
Flip and make your money. Yeah.
Yeah, in a way that makes sense. Now there is a program that we have that I think, could make more sense. And certainly, if you were selling it at a big enough discount, then like, yeah, we would absolutely make a cash number work. But you know, it doesn't seem like you're in a position where it's like, no, no, I have like, kind of have to sell it, need to sell it in, 30 to 60 days and, willing to take a discount for it. Um, enough that's going to make sense in a scenario for us. But we do have another program and, I think that could make more sense. And I think, the reason I don't kind of lead with that program is because generally, most properties don't even qualify for the program, quite frankly. Most of the people we're talking to, is a lot of fixers. And basically,
Hmm.
to qualify for a program like this, it has to be really in like upper tier condition, be able to qualify for, any type of financing, not really have any, um, like inspection contingency hiccups, that would
Hmm.
that a lender would kick back on. And so basically, um, essentially what it's called our concierge service. And so there's a good percentage of properties that we come across that just don't fit our criteria. And just from doing so many transactions in the state of Indiana, we have a really, really big network of realtors, other investors that we work with. And because it might not fit our criteria, it might be a good fit for another investor that has a different business model than us, or even somebody
Sure.
that who plans on living there, right? Like we work with a lot of investors that do a lot of short and mid-term type of rental properties, and especially when something is situated on like a golf course, right? And there's other kind of attractions that can kind of bring in their
Hmm.
clientele. That could make sense for them, right? Now, these other investors, they're really good at what it is that they do, whether it's fixing and flipping, whether it's being, short-term rental landlords, or, I mean, we even have investors that do like assisted living facilities and sober living facilities and those types of things. But the thing that they
Hmm.
really, quite frankly, suck at is sourcing properties, and they don't enjoy the
Sure.
sales and the marketing involved just because it is really, really expensive and time consuming. And so, if your property, I think just looking at the pictures and from what you've been telling me, I think it would probably meet the qualifications. But if it would work, essentially what we would do is we would agree to a net price with you, where you get a net number. We would still
Hmm.
cover all of the closing costs. You wouldn't have to fix anything. So if there was anything that was requested to be fixed by the end buyer before closing, we would get that taken care of. And then we would essentially just resell our contract to that third party, and we'd earn our fee from the buyer. So essentially, the experience and the net result would be effectively the same as getting you just a straightforward cash offer. And just to be
Hmm.
clear, we're not real estate agents, so we wouldn't be representing you as a realtor. We would just be reselling our contract, which I know most people don't really care how we make our money as long as they get, what they're promised. We would just earn our fee from the buyer and then handle all the heavy lifting. And you guys can really sit back and just, collect a check. You don't have to deal with, all the big full open houses on the weekends. And, we'll of course have a
Hmm.
couple buyers come through to visit and see the property. But you would get that speed and convenience of the cash offer. And it generally allows us to get you a much higher price than what any other investors would be able to pay. Does that make sense?
No, it totally makes sense. I mean, I'm somewhat familiar, just like I said, we do some real estate stuff with our law firm here and
Mhm.
homeowners associations and development companies. So, um, and I think sometimes too, it helps people to know your business model, just so they don't think you have something that's, borderline sketchy,
Yeah.
some comfort level, or that you're going to do a wire closing and then end up in Bangladesh or something. So,
Yeah.
there's a lot of scams. So,
Yep.
obviously we'd want to do some checking and that sort of thing. But yeah, I think, the most I've heard similar to what you're kind of describing is kind of placement services for the medical profession. I
Mhm.
would say about 90% of the people that live in our neighborhood are physicians,
Yep.
and we're in the process of getting a new medical facility here on the southwest side,
Mhm.
with IU Health in the next, I would say, probably 12 to 24 months.
Yep.
And so I think, that's kind of what's going on in our little neck of the woods. In my humble opinion, I'm not an investor or a marketer, but I think that that's what's going to happen. There's
Yeah.
tons of new neighborhoods that are beautiful, but there's not a ton of them that have a golf course, and there's not a ton of them that,
Yep.
are established. So, and that's not attractive to everyone, but
Yeah.
to some it is. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, no, and
Yeah.
you're totally spot on, and like a lot of times it's talked about as like traveling nurses, but there is a
Mhm.
contingent of the investors that we work with where their business model is working with, like higher end like surgeons and things like that who are just like really, really
They're too
like way,
busy.
way
Yeah.
too busy to go look at homes. And so, they'll
Mhm.
usually have, like you said, a sourcing company that's, here's my criteria, here's what I
Yep.
want, go find it for me,
Here's
and
what
then
I
I'll
hate. Yeah.
exactly, and then I'll cut the check.
Yeah.
So usually in this scenario, because we aren't the buyer, we still have to market the property, right? We bring it out
True.
to our investor network. Some realtors we've worked with, and some end buyers that might just come out. It's not like the traditional type of listing where it's like, hey, open houses every weekend, and like come walk through, and anybody and their mother. It's a very
Yeah.
vetted process. So,
Sure.
we're only bringing through people that we know qualify, that have already seen the pictures and like kind of know what to expect. And they're just, they want to do the walkthrough feel. So we would
Yeah.
only
I
schedule
get it.
coordinated showings and stuff like that. Um, now that, does take, it's a little bit of a longer process than your just traditional, like, hey, 30-day quick close cash sale. And then,
Mhm.
obviously with the holidays here coming up, that kind of like changes dynamics a little bit. So generally
Sure.
right now, those types of processes, we're usually scheduling to close within 90 days. I mean, if we could come up with a number that made sense, that was net to you guys, and we could effectively, get something done within 90 days, do you think that's something that would work for you guys?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's not. We don't have any kids. We don't have any. I don't know. Uh, there's not a lot we'd have to wrap up, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
It's we're pretty. We run a pretty tight ship, so
Okay.
you call 2 men in a truck and you take some stuff to the lake and decide what you're just not going to take anywhere. So,
Yeah, totally.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's pretty lean. Uh, because when we moved before, we got rid of a ton of years of stuff.
Mhm.
And, quite frankly, we just didn't move a lot of it anyway.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so let me do this. Let me bring this to my team. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get an answer for you on this one just quite yet, just because of the type of house, how unique it is.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
Um, and so I want to bring it to them, have them kind of give it, the once over and really see kind of where they think it would fit, if it would even fit, for what some of the investors are going to be looking for, and then I can circle back with you on it. Um, just see
No,
here.
I get that. And then that's like I said, some people are totally put off by the South at this point, in
Mhm.
history. So
Yeah,
right there, you're going to get rid of a lot of people. And
yeah,
then a lot of people just, it's not what they expect in the
mhm,
neighborhood. And it's, just, it's not anything that they'd even take a second look at. And we get
yeah,
that.
yep,
Yeah.
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 Okay, all right, perfect. So yeah, let me work on this, and then let me see here. So my I should be able to have some information, if not by tomorrow afternoon, then definitely by Thursday. And then I can circle back with you. Is there generally like a particular time of day that usually works best for you?
Uh, Usually, I mean, I work in the office 9 to 5, but I usually have my phone with me.
Okay.
Um, and then, outside of that, I mean, I, I am usually commuting, between 7 and 9 or 5 and 8. So
Mhm. Okay.
it's not that I can't have the phone on in the car, but I'd probably just rather not.
Got it. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. All right. So yeah, so what I'll do, let's see here. So I'm 3 hours behind you. So if I gave you a buzz around, let's say 11 my time, be like around like 2 o'clock your time, would something like that work on Thursday?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right, perfect. Yeah, let me just put it on my calendar, and then we can kind of go from there. Just out of curiosity, do you guys still have a mortgage on the property?
We do. Yeah, we
Okay.
do have a smaller mortgage on it. We did what I called our 15-year flip on our other house. We
Mm,
lived there for that long, but we doubled it and then just, put it back in this one. So,
nice. Okay. All
yeah.
right. Awesome. Roughly, what do you think you still owe?
Oh, I think we're at about like 185, 190-ish.
185 to 190. Okay. You got a
Yeah.
pretty juicy interest rate on that balance,
Yes.
or yeah.
Thankfully, yeah. Yeah, we were down. We were at the good timing on that as well. That's another thing that was kind of a big question mark in a presidential election year. It's like who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it seems like a lot of things are kind of trending in the right direction. I mean, you got the stock
I,
market popped
I don't want to
up.
say anything out loud, but yeah.
I'm not gonna. Hey, I'm not gonna judge. At the end of the
Right,
day,
that's
at
right. I
the
want to be the one that ruins it for everyone.
yeah, I hear you. At the end of the day, it's like everybody gets so like been out of shape about the federal politics, and it's like most of the stuff that's going on at that level like doesn't really impact us
Nope.
significantly. It's like you got to focus on the
Not a lot of
local.
trickle down there, kids. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So but okay, so you're probably sitting right around like 2-3% then on that.
I believe we're like maybe I want to say like 3 3/4 or something. I can't remember, but
Okay.
it's something with the .625, the at the
Oh
end.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Got it.
I
Okay.
apologize. I should know by heart,
Oh
but I don't.
no, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I'll get with the team. I'll see kind of what makes sense. And then one last thing, because I do want to consider like any options possible that might make something work. We
Hmm.
are a creative company, and so we've bought homes many different ways, or this particular program where we're not buying the home. But like perfect example, like my wife and I, we just closed on our house where we actually took over the seller's mortgage payments.
Okay.
And they didn't really have any equity, so it's a little bit of a different situation.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
also, I mean, if you guys are downsizing, you know, I don't know how much like the properties you're looking at are, but sometimes we've also done seller finance where we've made payments on the equity, those types of things. Is any of that stuff that you guys might even be open to entertaining?
I don't believe so. I mean, we
Okay,
would either just want it done or not done. Like I said,
got
we
it.
have no time crunch.
Okay,
We're fine where we are. It's just, it's one of those deals where it
I
it's
get you.
not, there's nothing we don't like about it.
Mhm.
There's other things that we could do that would be fun,
Yeah,
basically. Fun to
got
try
it.
something else. But yeah, we don't hate it. We mostly love it. It's just
Got it.
basically if the price is right and, you know, that's the timing and the ease, like you said before. If convenience and the price is right is basically where you're at. But yeah.
Got it. Makes total sense. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Well,
Thanks, Chris.
awesome. Thanks. I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you on Thursday.
Okay. Sounds good.
All
Take
right.
care.
See ya.
We
Mhm.
lived there for that long, but we doubled it and then just, put it back in this one. So
Nice. Okay. All
yeah.
right. Awesome. Roughly, what do you think you still owe?
Oh, I think we're at about like 185, 190. Sounds good.
All
Take
right.
care.
Okay. Mm. Okay, let's see here. Next. Okay. Next one.
Hello.
Hi, Kenzie. This is Chris.
Yeah, how can I help you?
Yeah, I was calling about your property over on Redfern. You'd spoken to my referral partner.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone.
Hmm.
Hey, this is Mikey, so I can't get to the phone right now. Just leave a message and I'll call you back. Bye.
Hello, Mary. Hi, this is Sterling Stewart. I was calling about my house that I was thinking about selling here in Indianapolis. If you would, give me a call when you get a chance. 317-345-1359. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Okay. Hello, Sterling. This is Chris. How are you?
Pretty good.
Good, good. Yeah, I was calling because we got a voicemail from you. You were returning, I guess, a text that Mary had sent, and so you called in, and so wanted to connect with you about your property, I believe, on Arsenal.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
is now a bad time for you?
Oh, no, I can talk.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Yeah, it looks like you had spoken to one of our referral partners at some point, and you'd mentioned that I guess is it your nephew that's living in the property right now?
Right. Yes, it is.
Okay, got it. And just, some financial stuff is just kind of making it harder to maintain the property. What's going on?
Um, well, my nephew, he's not the kind of person that wants to be dealing with the responsibility of a home. So he wants to, get an apartment, which I can understand. A lot of younger people prefer that,
Mhm.
maintenance free and no grass to cut, no gutters to clean, stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
got it.
plus well, my sister and I, we're the one that's making a decision, but it's just too much for. It's been in my family since we were kids. I was, I think, second grade when I moved in there. We
Mhm.
moved in there, so it's just no one wants responsibility of maintaining it anymore. So
Mhm.
she has her house, I have my house, so it's just uh, time to let it go.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
We tried the rental thing for a while, and a lot of people, well, some people just don't take care of your stuff like you would. So we don't want to do that again. So this is our last resort.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. And, it's hard enough to manage a rental property when it is and always has been a rental property and there's not that, sentimental, attachment to it, but sometimes it could be even harder when it's a, property that's kind of been in the family, like you're saying, and, maybe there's some other attachment to it. It's like, you know what I mean? So,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, so I get it. I get it. Well, and by the way, I do have to let you know that all calls are monitored and recorded for quality and training purposes. Really, the purpose of this call today, Sterling, is to see if the property even qualifies with us for getting an offer as is. They're generally looking for properties to put in the portfolio for usually one of two reasons. Either they're going to fix it up and put it back on the market and essentially flip it, or they're going to keep it and hold it as some sort of a rental property. So by the end of this phone call, I'll either be able to get them to approve it and they'll give us an offer, or they're going to deny us and they'll tell us exactly why. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if we do get an approval on this, which would be great, some of the benefits of working with us is that we would buy it in its as-is condition. We'd cover not only our side of the closing costs, but also your closing costs. You wouldn't have any closing costs there, and there'd be no realtor commissions that would come out of this. Okay.
Okay.
Do you mind grabbing a pen and a piece of paper real quick? I'm going to have you jot down some contact info. And then if we get this approved, there's going to be some other info you're going to want to jot down as well.
Okay. Let me. Hmm. Okay.
All right, perfect. So my name is Chris Deal, like let's make a deal.
Okay.
And the name of our company is Lazarus Property Group, like Lazarus from the Bible.
Okay.
And then our telephone number here is 619 525 7132.
So you're not locally based. Indiana?
So I'm based out of San Diego, but we have a team there in Indiana. Yeah, Indiana is one of our
Okay.
primary markets. We do a lot of business there.
Okay.
And then our website, if you ever want to check us out on the web, it's www.lazprop.com, LAZPROP.com. Now,
PROP.
P is in Peter, ROP.
Okay.
Yep,
.com.
correct. Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
Now I
okay.
know they were working on it, but the last time I checked, when I tried to go on the website from my mobile phone, I was getting in some sort of a weird issue. It was like coming up in Latin. I don't know whether it was my phone or whatnot, but they were working on that. And then if you don't put the www in, there's some sort of error as well. So if you're on a desktop or a laptop and you put the www in, it works perfectly.
Okay.
All right. So, cool. Well, I guess how long is it that you guys have been considering selling the property?
Oh, just less than a month.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, about 3-4 weeks. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I guess assuming you guys end up selling it, like what's kind of the next step? You get some money. Is it just going to go in the bank? You guys going to buy some other property? You going to invest in Bitcoin? Like, what's the game plan?
I guess go to Vegas and play the slots.
It's funny you say that because normally I throw that in there somewhere. I'm like, you go to Vegas and drop it all on black or whatever. It's funny the one time I don't say it. Somebody actually says nobody ever says that, so that was good.
Oh. Yeah, probably I would use some of the money. I'm working on my home. I'm doing some remodeling on my home, so I'll probably finish that up. And my sister's also doing some remodeling on her home, so she'll probably, finish what she's doing. So that's probably the two main things that we'll do
Got it.
right off the
Okay.
bat.
Okay. All right. Cool. It's just you and your sister that own the property?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. And what was your sister's name?
Patricia?
Patricia. Okay. All right. And all right. Well, in a perfect world, what were you guys hoping to get for the property?
Ooh, Chris, I've never had it appraised, so I have no idea what it's worth. And like I said, I haven't lived there in 50 years. But I have no idea what current value, what houses are selling in that area. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what would be. I think my nephew did call one company and got a. I guess I'm sure it's an estimate, but it's without looking at it. They said 84,000, but that's probably might be on the high side. I don't know, but that's what price he got from calling a company here locally.
Got it.
Again, but that was without even looking at it.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And all right. So no, other than that, no real idea, like even ballpark range of, what you and your sister might be wanting.
No, I mean as much as possible, of course, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know what homes are selling for in that particular zip
Yeah.
code, that area. It's a different zip code than I live in, so
Yeah.
I'm clueless.
I gotcha. Okay. Um, When's the last time you and your sister have really like sat down and talked about, the plan to sell?
It's probably two 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago? Okay, got it.
Yeah.
You guys are on the same page, or like, I mean,
Yeah. If we both want to, let it go.
got it. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, let's talk about the house itself. And, before we talk about the inside of the house, I want you to talk to me about everything outside of the house, starting with the neighborhood. What's the neighborhood like?
Let's see. What's the neighborhood like? Well, it's a lot of it's not considered a high end area where like $100,000 homes. I don't think there's many of those over there that I know of. But so it's kind of a low. I would say low. Under $100,000 homes. Is that what you
Mhm.
in that area? That zip code. That whole zip
Okay.
code is probably. I mean, he has a park close to, within walking distance, a city park
Mhm.
with a golf course.
Okay.
Let's see. It's not close to any major highways. Yeah, no major. It's not close to any major intersections either.
Okay. Got it. Do you guys still
Uh,
live in the area, or you guys live out of state?
we still live in the same city, but different areas.
Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. All right. Do you know if most of the neighbors are renters, or are they a lot of owner occupieds?
Oh man, I have no idea.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I know you were
yeah,
saying it's been a while since you've been there, right? So,
right.
okay. All right. Do you know what the speed limit is right out front by any chance?
I want to say it's I want to say 30 miles an hour.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Um, is there anything structurally wrong with the home?
No.
All right. What about any siding missing or gutters missing or anything like that?
No. None of that. The only thing that may need updating is internal. I mean, as far as painting, uh, some of the doors may need replaced because of
Okay. All right.
just wear and tear and
Yeah.
holes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'll circle to the inside in just a minute here. Last thing I wanted to know with regards to the outside is is there anything out back of the house that we wouldn't be able to see from like a Google Street View, like a pool, a shed, a barn, or any other structures?
No, there's no other structures in the yard. No. Yep.
Okay. Right. And is there a fence at all?
Yes, both sides, the front and both sides, but nothing in the back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, across the front and both sides, all the way to the back, but there is nothing across the back.
Okay. Got it. And is it wood fencing? Is it chain link?
The sides are chain link. The front is wood.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
I can take some pictures and send them to you if you want me to.
Yeah. I mean, we can certainly get to that point. We'll take a look there too. All right. So I think that's pretty much everything on the outside. So now what I want you to do, when's the last time you physically like walked into the house?
Last week.
Oh, last week. Okay. All right, cool. So then, so a lot of these questions you should know the answers to. So that's good. So, what I want you to do now is just kind of like take me essentially on like a virtual tour and just kind of talk me through. I know the home was built in 1930. So when you walk in the house, does it still look like it did in 1930?
No, it's been, we've updated it, several times. New flooring. I think the roof is probably, well, about maybe 15 years old. Had the mechanicals replaced, about the same time.
About 15 years ago.
Right.
Okay. And when you say mechanicals, just so we're talking the same stuff, HVAC, water heater.
Water heater and I think the air conditioner.
Okay, got it. All right. And you said newer flooring. Do you know when that was done?
I want to say about the same time.
Around the same time. Okay, about
15 years
15
ago.
years.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right. And okay, perfect. Have you guys added anything to the home that needed to be permitted but wasn't permitted?
No.
Okay. And is the kitchen original to the build?
Yes, you mean as far as the counters or just the design?
Like both the cabinets, counters, the design.
Um, I don't think we had those replaced, the cabinets. Other than paint, I think they're original.
Okay, got it. What about the countertops? Are those like old Formica? Is it tile? Is it granite?
Oh man. I can't remember. I've got to go over there tomorrow, so I can let you know. But I don't remember if it's uh, butcher block or whatever. But
Okay. But it hasn't been
yeah,
updated in the last 15 years, sounds like.
I don't think so.
Okay. All
Uh,
right. All
yeah,
right.
my sister's one that been maintaining it, so she would know.
Okay. What about the appliances in the kitchen? Do you know what those are?
Refrigerator. As far as brand,
No, not necessarily brand, more so like are they white? Are they black? Are they stainless?
hmm, I want to say black. I can't remember.
It's fun.
Chris,
It's funny. You realize how like how just stuff we just don't even like
don't pay attention to.
we don't
Yeah,
even pay attention to. It's like and then somebody asks you, it's like, you know what? I don't know what that looks like, and then you're
yeah,
like, oh, I didn't think it looked like that. So
yeah. Like I said, I was there last week, but
yeah.
I didn't. I don't
Okay.
remember the color. Yeah.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, we can circle back to it. I mean, just from the sounds of it, right? It sounds like not a lot has really been done recently, and so for the most part, we'll talk about the bathrooms and stuff like that in a minute, but for the most part, it sounds like it's going to need pretty much a full cosmetic update, to bring it up to 2024 kind of standards.
Right.
But we'll keep diving in here. What I'm seeing online is that it's a 3-bed, 1-bath, and about 860-ish square feet. Does that sound about right?
Sounds about right.
Okay, got it. Okay, so the 1 bathroom, is that original to the build?
Hmm. I want to say the sink and the toilet has been replaced. The tub, I honestly don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it just kind of like a standalone sink, or is it like a full vanity?
Uh, Standalone, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Is it like old, is the, like the walls in the bathroom, is it like kind of that old school, like colored tile, or is it,
Oh, the floor?
the walls, you know how like back in like, I don't know, the 60s and 70s, you'd have like it'd either be like pink tile, yellow tile, green tile, sometimes black or white tile.
I think the floor. I mean, the walls. They're what you call it? Drywall.
Just
I think they're
drywall. Okay.
drywall. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then what about the floor in there?
It's probably just a vinyl flooring, simple, something simple, vinyl
Okay.
flooring.
Got it. All right. And that's all, like you said, the floors were done about 15 years ago. That's the same with those bathroom floors.
Well, the kitchen and the living room floors were redone. As far as the bathroom, yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of like exactly what I was thinking is like, we're probably going to need to do a full cosmetic rehab on this. Is there a basement or a crawl space?
No, no,
Okay.
it's one level ranch. Yeah.
Okay. Is it on a slab?
Um,
I kind of think it probably is on a slab because just
I
looking
think
at the
it is
Google
'cause
Street View, the door is just literally right on the ground. So I doubt there's room underneath the
yeah,
house.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure you're right. Because if it was, I think I would have at least tried to get in there when I was a kid.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But
All right.
I don't. Yeah.
All right. Let's say you guys were gonna keep it and you and your sister strolled into Lowe's and they're like, "Congratulations, Sterling, you guys are our millionth customer, of the year." And so for that, you've won a $30,000 sweepstakes. And so here's a check for $30,000. The only caveat is you got to take that $30,000 and you can only put it in upgrades to this house. What is it that you guys would be doing?
Okay. Uh, Probably. Um. Well, of course, new paint, of course, new. I think the flooring is okay. Maybe new doors. I noticed some of the doors has, like holes where somebody's been too rough or something, or. Uh, but yeah, some of the doors. Man, I think the windows are okay. Probably the kitchen. Maybe it's. Redo the kitchen, of course. New cabinets. I don't know, kitchens. That's normally the most expensive room to redo.
Yeah.
Uh, I think the appliances are okay unless they may not match, but I think they're all okay. Uh, that's it. I mean, if there's money left, I guess you can always update the mechanicals again,
Okay.
just to get those, update those, but that's pretty pricey,
Okay. Got it. All
10,
right.
15 grand.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, sounds like we're both kind of on the same page as this would really need a kind of a full cosmetic interior update, to kind of bring it up to today's standards.
Standards,
Um,
right, yeah.
okay. Um, all right. Is there anything that I haven't asked you about that, if you were the one buying this house, you would want to know about, good, bad, indifferent?
Let me think. No, you covered quite a bit. I can't think of anything else that you missed.
Okay. All right, cool. Is there anything that I haven't asked that you guys or your nephew might need help with?
I don't think so, Chris. Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. All right, got it. And what do you know when your nephew is planning to move out, or did he already move out?
Oh, he's still there. I guess whenever we get make a final decision on, a offer or sale, then we can give him time to, find another place.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm guessing the property's been in the family for sounds like a long time. So I'm guessing you guys own it outright, right? There's no like mortgage or debt on it or anything?
No, yeah, it all paid for.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Perfect. Well, that makes things easy. Okay. Well, everything that you've been giving me, I've been putting straight into our system, and that goes back to our underwriters where they're actually running a report. It's going to tell them pretty much everything that they need to know about the property. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put you on a brief hold real quick. I'm going to run back there and just kind of check in on them, see where they're at this point. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any like fancy hold music or anything like that, so it'll just be silent, when I put you on hold. And if something happens, I'll call you back here. But yeah, give me just a couple minutes and I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, Chris.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Did I lose you? Okay. All right. Let's update this. Personal.
How y'all doing? My name? Boy. Okay. Oh, okay. No problem. Let him rest.
That's the thing I don't like about them with Evelyn, because she said she's up probably like they get her up probably like around 6, and then don't lay her down. 2 is time she's gonna be like she needs to be changed, in between time.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
guys.
You'll never
So
call
we're
my name.
underwriting
I feel
this deal
special.
right now.
I couldn't wait to see you. I said, oh, I can't wait to see him.
Yeah.
I feel like I smell like Mary Cheers.
Sure. Thank you all. Okay. There it is. How you doing, man? Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, thanks.
Okay, so somebody bought it for 32 and listed it for 149 and sold it for 110. So if we go 110
Cornell, how you doing, man? Hello.
minus 32,
Pretty good. How are you?
67,
Okay.
and then
Oh, okay. Take your break. Take your break soon. Okay. Need some help, man? Need some help? Yeah.
Okay, so if we went 110 times 0.9, 110 times 0.75 minus 30.
How you doing, man?
Hmm. Hey, Sterling, you there?
Yeah, Chris.
Hey, so I appreciate the patience here. I actually don't have good or bad news for you just yet. They had a couple other questions for me, and I apologize about not asking about this. The windows, are those original or have those been upgraded to vinyl?
Ooh. I can, yeah, Chris, I'm not sure. I can call my sister and ask her.
Okay.
But I have I can't imagine them being original after all these years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, looking at the pictures, it looks like at some point they were probably replaced, so I don't think they're original wood. Okay, not a big deal. Now because this was built in 1930, electrical standards back then were wildly different. So do you know if the electrical has been upgraded?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that has. Yeah.
Okay, electrical. Upgraded. Okay. Any issues with the plumbing, or is that original, or?
Um, I don't think any major pipes been replaced other than uh, oh yeah, I don't
They never had to like dig up from the house to the street to replace the main line?
no, not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay. Yeah, because on homes like from the 30s, we could either be looking at clay pipes or cast iron. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times, if that main line hasn't been dug up and replaced, a lot of times that ends up having to be done. Um, okay. I know you don't have a mortgage on it. Are there any liens on the property that you're aware of?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Got it. And I guess what would you guys still need to figure out before you could actually sell the house?
Um, I mean, we have gotten other estimates, so we're just trying to see who has the best offer, basically.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
Yeah, and really, I have people tell me that from time to time, and really what they tend to mean is who's actually going to close, right? Because what I've seen a lot of times, and I don't know if you've been through this, if you have other properties you've sold like this, but there's a lot of people out there, unfortunately, in this business that kind of give us a bad name where, they'll give a high price up front just to get in contract, and then they'll beat sellers down in the inspection period, and then renegotiate. And by that point, sellers have already gone through so much trying to get it to the finish line that a lot of times they just kind of relent and move forward. But a lot of these guys, they knew they weren't going to be able to close at the number they initially offer in the first place. You know what I mean? So really what it sounds like is you
Right.
guys want to make sure it's going to get closed and across the finish line, right?
Right. Of
Yeah.
course. Yep.
Okay. Got it. All right. And if the underwriter was to come back with an offer that did make sense for you guys, I mean, typically we close somewhere between like 30 and 60 days. You think that's a reasonable time frame, or you think you might need a little bit more time, with your nephew finding a place?
No, that's enough time. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Got it. Okay. Perfect. And if I can get this approved today, do you mind if I just tell you how the process works?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So once the home is approved and an offer is accepted, we're going to sign a pretty basic agreement. It's written in third grade English, not to insult anybody's intelligence, but it's just super easy to understand. You don't need a law degree to figure it out. After that, within 48 to 72 hours, you would get a welcome call from our transaction coordinator, and she'll line up for us to get our team out to get photos of the property. She'll also open up title with the title company. Usually in Indiana, we're using either Monument or Meridian Title, and they'll make sure there's a clear title for closing. They'll order any payoffs if there's anything. We'll schedule to do a few walkthroughs, probably have our contractors come out and just, start taking measurements and stuff like that so we can order materials. And then we head to the closing table and get you guys paid. And it really is that simple. All right.
Okay.
Now, the last thing that they wanted me to ask you was if we can get this approved and get to a number that makes sense for both of us, are you guys ready to move forward with a purchase agreement today?
Wouldn't be today because my sister's out of town. So she's due back tomorrow.
Okay.
So we can make a decision tomorrow, but yeah, not today because she went to Michigan on vacation and ended up basically she ended up in the hospital.
Oh no.
So yeah.
What happened? Is she okay?
She's okay. She was released yesterday. She went up there for the Detroit game, Detroit Lions. They had a game just Sunday. And I don't know the details, but she was having some pain in her. She thought it was a heart attack, but luckily it wasn't that. It was. She didn't say, and I didn't want to.
Yeah.
When she called me, she wasn't 100%. So I don't have all the details, but like I said, she was discharged yesterday, so she's out, and she should be here. She'll be here tomorrow, like in Indy.
Got it.
So yeah, I couldn't make a decision today because it's something we're doing together.
Yeah.
And,
no, I understand.
I want her to be around when we do. So, but she'll be here tomorrow. Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah, no, that works. And yeah, I'm glad to hear they discharged her and sounds like she's doing better, man. That's really tough.
Well,
my
thank you.
prayers are with you guys. I know that's my dad had something like that happen, and it was scary, so yeah, I totally get it, man.
Okay, well, appreciate that.
All right. Well, so let me do this. I'm gonna put you. I sent all that other stuff back over to them. I'm gonna put you on another hold real quick. I'm gonna run back, see what they've come up with. Do you mind if I put you on another hold real quick?
Okay, no problem.
Okay, be right back.
Okay. Oh man, you gotta find somewhere to hide, man. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
So if we go, all right, Sterling, you there?
Still here, Chris. Yep.
All right, man. Hey, I really appreciate you hanging in there with me. I know it took a little longer than probably expected, so I appreciate your patience here. So I wanted to congratulate you because your property was actually approved to be purchased. This is the first one that they've approved for me in the last 45 days that didn't have 2 bedrooms or a garage. So I'm super excited about this. So let me just explain exactly what they've approved. So
Okay.
the offer was approved to buy the property in its as-is condition. They approved the closing to be within 60 days. Okay. They're going to cover your closing costs as well as our closing costs. You're not going to pay any closing costs, and no realtor commissions are going to be taken out. Now, contrary to popular belief, we don't have unlimited funds. So anytime they approve a property to be purchased, what they do is internally they transfer those funds into a separate account so it doesn't get allocated anywhere else. Okay. You have that pen and piece of paper handy. I want you to write down this number.
Let's see. I'm not in my car now.
Okay. Maybe just
I'm
text.
visiting my.
text it to yourself or something. It's the virtual withdrawal account. So that way, if you ever need to reach out to us, you reference this number and they'll be able to pull up your account and, and that's where the funds are going to be set aside.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I can do a note. Let's see.
Perfect.
Where am I at? Okay. Okay, I'm ready, Chris.
All right. So the virtual withdrawal account is VW as in Victor Walter 3965.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the approved offer for your property in its current condition, and keep in mind, we're going to take it on. And from what I'm hearing from them is we're going to fix it and put it back on the market. So we're going to do a full entire rehab of the property, kitchens, bathrooms, flooring, paint, all the stuff that needs to be done to bring it up to tip top shape. So the offer that they've approved for the property today is $24,750.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. I got that jotted down.
Awesome. How you feeling about that? You pretty excited?
A lot less than what I was expecting. Yeah. Yeah, it's less than what I was expecting, Chris.
Yeah, I totally understand, man. That it's really just what they've authorized me to spend and, to kind of, just so you because I know you don't know how like we arrive at these numbers. So I just want you to feel confident in how we come up with the numbers. I think might kind of give you a little bit more confidence in like, okay, it's not like, sometimes people feel like, they're just trying to steal my house from me. Right. Basically everything that they look at starts with what could we sell the property for if it was in tip top shape for today's standards. Okay. So what they do is they try to find comparably sized properties that are going to be identical to yours, meaning they have three bedrooms, they have one bathroom, they don't have a garage, they don't have a basement, they don't have any other structures on the property, they don't have pools, right? So that's where they start. And then they find one that's already renovated to today's standards, right? So new floors, new kitchen cabinets, counters, appliances, all that. And they see, okay, what are those properties selling for? And kind of to your point, I know earlier you said there's really not much going for, over 100K. And for that size home, you're pretty much spot on. The comps are coming in for renovated properties between $95,000 and $115,000. Okay. And so then what they do is they take the average of those, which would basically put it at like, I think it's like 107 would be the average. And so they take that 107 and then they start subtracting out all of the costs associated with selling the house. Okay. So the first thing they're going to do is they're going to say, okay, well, how much are we going to have to pay realtors, closing costs, buyer requests for repairs, concessions, home warranties? That's usually about 10%. So now that brings us down to $96,000. And then what is it going to take to renovate the property up to today's standards? And for a house this size and all the things that need to be done, you're probably looking at about $35,000 to $40,000. So 35,000 off of that brings it to about 60, and if it's $40,000, it's like 56. Okay. And then we have, as much as we're bringing cash to buy the home, we have investors that, provide those funds for us. And we usually have to pay a little bit of a return on that. So we're probably going to pay over the, 4 to 6 months it's going to take from start to finish, probably going to spend about, $7,000 to $10,000 on holding costs. So now we're in the 45 to $50,000 range, and we haven't even made a dime on the property yet.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
at a 24,750, we're, maybe making somewhere between 20 and 25 when it's all said and done. So, certainly not getting rich off, a property like this. And that's if everything goes right and no hiccups come up. The one thing I really went to bat for with you is I know you mentioned that the main plumbing line had not been replaced. That alone could be like a $15,000 repair. So if that comes up, that needs to get done. I mean, that's basically that could literally sink our entire profit margin on a property like this. So, they're hoping, at the number they're coming in at, they're hoping they're not going to have to do that on this property. Because it involves digging up literally the entire front yard, pulling out the whole pipe from the street to the house, and replacing that with new piping.
Right.
So, does that
Okay.
kind of help?
Yeah, it lets me know where all the funds are going. Yeah, coming from. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. Cool. So I know you still have to talk to your sister about it, and she's going to be back in tomorrow. What time are you thinking she's going to be back, and you guys are going to have time to be able to sit down and just kind of talk about it?
She should be here by noon, so we can talk once she gets in and go from there.
Okay. All right. So noon your time. I'm a few hours behind you, so it'll be like 9 my time. And I have a doctor's appointment from 9 to 10. So, if I gave you think you'd be available to reconnect on this, let's see, around maybe 10:30, 11 my time. So what's that? Like 1:30, 2 o'clock your time?
Well, honestly, probably she's already got an offer for 50, Chris. So I don't know. I don't think I want to go 24.
She's got an offer for 50?
Yes, we did. Yeah. And that was even after they came and walked through the house. Yeah.
Really?
So yeah. So
Are they looking to like move into the property, or what is their?
it was a, one of the cash, buy cash, house place, one of those. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. And
It's a
they've
local company, so maybe that makes a difference.
yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
So
Okay.
that's a big difference in 24. So I would have
Yeah.
to go make a decision. I would have to go with them.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, I mean, I totally get that, man. And I would be, I mean, if I was in your shoes, I'd be considering that as well, because that is a big difference. I'm just curious, like, how they would even be able to make that possible, because I mean, to take that home, um, if the other houses like it are selling for, like, if it had a second bathroom or it had a garage, they're selling for a little bit more, but with yours not having the second bathroom and the garage, all the comps are coming in, like I said, between 95 and, and like 110 to 115.
Right.
And those are even a little bit larger square footage. Like yours is 864 is shown on the tax records. The ones that are selling for 95 to 110 are like 940 to 994 square feet. One of them is actually on Arsenal, and that's got like newer siding as well. I just don't see how they're going to be able to perform at that.
Right.
And it wouldn't surprise me if, if you guys ended up getting under contract with them at some point, them coming back and coming up with a reason why their price needs to be lower. you know,
Okay.
but yeah, I get what you're saying. I guess, you know, I mean, we've been in business since 2008, you know, and we're in about 14 different states. You know, we do about 30 to 40 properties a month. So, you know, as far as who we are and what we can do, like when they approve a property, you know, they're 1,000% certain they can make it work and get it over the finish line.
Right.
You know, I guess, I would say, how close do we think, you guys might be able to get? I mean, like, the hardest part of my job is getting them to approve a property. And so at this point, it's just a matter of seeing if I can do anything, on our end, with them to try to make the numbers make sense for both of us. Um, so I can go back to them and really try to go to bat for you guys and see if I can get them to, if there's anything that they can do on the numbers to make it make more sense. I mean,
Yeah, I doubt if they doubled it.
yeah, I mean, full disclosure, I don't think they'll come up to 50, but,
Right. Yeah.
but on the flip side, right, let's just, play it out, right? Let's say you guys do enter contract with them at 50 and they don't close, or they want to drop it, $15,000, $20,000 because of whatever thing came up. I've heard all the stories. I've heard, oh, our financial partner backed out. Oh, our contractor found this when they did the final inspection, and it's going to cost us X amount of more. Like, I've heard all the friggin' sob stories that these other investors try to use to start beating you down on price. I mean, so let's say something like that happens and it ends up
Mhm.
not being 50. I mean, like, what do you think you guys would be willing to move forward at, that's like somewhere in between there?
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't know that until. Remember, if that was to happen, I would have to know what their second offer would be, and I don't know. So
Yeah.
that's a bridge I would have to cross when I got there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and look, I'm not going to knock anybody for the way they do business, I just know, like, the way my dad raised me and the way we do business is, you're a man of your word, right? Like, and, when we come with something, we tell them, we come to a number that we know we can move forward with. Sometimes there might be a little bit of flexibility. We're not going to have miles of flexibility, but I know, if I was in the shoes of like, all right, they made me this offer and then they come up with some reason to bring me down, after the fact, I'd kind of feel dirty. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't feel good about it,
Mhm.
especially when there are other people out there. We're not the only ones that, are transparent in the way we do business and, upfront with our numbers. But it's like, if you have somebody who is upfront, transparent on the front end and, is not trying to pull the wool over your eyes, but then you got these other guys that do these types of things, like, who would I rather do business with? You know what I mean? Um,
Right.
but a lot of people just kind of feel up against it at that point. So, why don't we do this? I mean, talk it over with your sister. I know they're coming, with a almost double. You know, I, I don't get paid unless you guys get paid, and I'd love to be able to make a deal work for you guys. Um, that makes sense, but I certainly understand not wanting to leave any money on the table. Um, would you mind talking to her and just seeing, like, is there any number in between those that you guys would feel more, feel confident to move forward with? And, I'll go to bat for you and try to get them up on the number and, see if I can get you more for it. Um,
Yeah. Sure, I can do that. Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Okay.
would that time tomorrow work, like right around like 1:30, 2 o'clock your time to connect with you?
Yeah. That's fine. Yep.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Perfect. And then the other thing I was thinking about, I mean, you guys own it outright, right? So,
Right.
is there any world, like one thing that we've done in the past is, it doesn't change it a whole heck of a lot on a property, of this price point. But I mean, is there any world where you guys might be open to selling it on terms?
On terms, what does that mean?
Yeah, so basically what it would look like is essentially we upgrade you guys from the landlords to the lenders. And so now it's the Bank of Sterling. And so instead of us bringing in our private investors, right, who are going to fund the deal, we basically make you guys the investors. You guys allow us to take on the property. And instead of paying those holding costs to our investors, it allows us to pass on, the money that we would pay them, pass that on to you guys in the form of a higher offer. And you guys basically just hold the property while we do the renovations, right? And then once we sell it on the market, then we cash you guys out the full amount that you guys were due. And that usually gives us the ability to, like I said, pass along the money that we would have to pay our investors for bringing the funds, straight on to you guys in the form of a higher offer. But it would just take a little bit longer. It's not like you guys are, live in the house and you need the money to go buy another house to live in, right? So I'm thinking like maybe this type of scenario might work for you guys. Instead of getting the money in, 60 days, maybe it's, 4 to 6 months after we finish renovating it and sell it, and then you guys get cashed out and it puts some more money in your pocket.
Yeah, I can bring that up also tomorrow. Yeah, and see what.
Okay.
See what
Yeah,
you
I'm just trying to think of like anything that I can go to bat, with the underwriters and say, hey, look, we could save some money here on this. Or, one thing that we did on another property was the seller, actually, we just locked this contract up last week. The seller actually had already purchased kitchen cabinets and they were in the garage. He just hadn't gotten around to installing them yet. And so since we weren't going to have to buy cabinets, we were able to increase the offer a little bit because he was just going to leave those there and then we just install them, right? So like I try to get creative and thinking of any way that we can kind of pull some extra money together to make it make more sense for everybody. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
Yeah, I
so
can
yeah.
bring that up tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
talk it over with her, and then let's talk tomorrow around 1:30, 2 o'clock your time, and then we'll see if we can come up with something that makes sense for everybody.
Okay, sounds good, Chris.
Awesome. I appreciate your time today, Sterling, and hope you have a great rest of your day, and hope everything's good with your sister.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome.
You too.
Thank you. Talk
Okay.
to you soon.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
All right. So now we've got call tomorrow. Okay, guys, I got to take a quick break here. So I'm going to wrap it up, but appreciate you guys following along. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell, subscribe to the channel where we make